Hello, in this video I will be demonstrating how to complete the square. So we have an example equation which is y, I'll just type it out, y equals, test t, 4x squared plus 16x minus 5. So that is our base equation. Now to complete the square we want to set y to 0, so let's just do that. Just that, but replace it with 0. Okay. And then how we want to complete the square is basically we need a perfect square equation here. So what we want to do in order to turn this into a perfect square is to first we want to put a parentheses at the ends of 4x squared plus 16x, so just kind of kicked negative 5 out. And then we want to factor out 4 from this parentheses, so x minus 2 plus 4x, so 4 times x squared 2 plus 4x. I'm sorry about the negative 2, sorry, my brain just stopped working. And that's our second step. Now let's move on to the next. Shit. Very serious. So in order to turn this into a perfect square equation, 4x squared plus 16x, first let's put a parentheses between them and let's kick this guy out. Yeah, and then so we had that first, and then we want to simplify this, so factor out 4, so that will be turned into 4x squared, and then this equation will now be x plus 2 squared. Yeah, that is now the vertex form. That is how we complete the square. So there it is. Now the reason why we set y as a 0 for us to complete the square is because it makes the isolating the x much easier, because the entire point of completing the square, turning the standard form into a vertex form, is to make the isolation of the x easier. So let's say if we just left y as it is, then it will be much more difficult to isolate x because the y will still be there. So for example, if we do it from here, if we isolate it, let's just say that 0 was y, then it will be to isolate x, we will need to do y plus 21 and then divided by 4 and then square root the whole thing. Here y is not really determined, so it will be very, very difficult for us to find the value of x when it's isolated, the x-intercept, when y is still undefined, because we can only solve for one variable at a time for an equation. And yeah, and why is it 0 then? Well, it's much easier since it doesn't really do anything to the actual equation. And yeah, that's basically why we use 0 for y when we're completing the square and isolating x. Got that out of the way, let's solve the quadratic formula. So what the hell is a quadratic formula? Well, it is this. It is used to find the x-intercepts of a standard equation or a quadratic equation or whatever. So the formula is x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So yeah, that is the formula. So the discriminant here is the b squared negative 4ac, minus 4ac. So what this determines is how much solutions for x-intercepts this equation is going to have. So here are the basic rules. B squared negative 4ac, if that is greater than 0, then there are two real solutions. But if the equation itself equals to 0, there is only one real solution. And if the equation is less than 0, then there is no real solution. So those are the basic rules. Negative b over 2a, that is the axis of symmetry, so that will be the h of the vertex point. So the vertex will be negative b over 2a, and the y value that comes out if you insert the value of this into the whatever equation it is, that is a vertex. So now let's apply this formula to the equation we have already, which is y equals 4x squared plus 16x minus 5. So that is our equation we will use. Now let's find the discriminant first to find how many solutions we'll exactly have. So the b here is 16, so 16 times 16, that is 256. So 256, and negative 4ac, negative 5 and 4 are the a and c, so 4 times negative 5 times negative 4, that is plus 80, I think. Hold on, let me check the calculations real quick. Yes, it is plus 80. And that will give us a positive number, which is 336, which is greater than 0, so we will have two real solutions. And let's insert the rest of the variables here. So x equals plus negative 16 plus or minus 336 over 8. Now what I immediately want to do here is to split these two. Split the equation into the two groups. So x equals negative 16 divided by 8 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus or minus square root of 336 over 8. So we want to simplify this one. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem like a perfect square, so we'll have to square root it as much as we can. So that will be, alright, so the greatest perfect square that can be divided from 336 is 16. So if we take that out, it will be 4 times square root of 21. So that's over 8. So that will be turned into that. And yeah, the solution of x is either negative 2 plus square root of 21 over 2 comma 0, or it will be to minus square root of 21 over 2 comma 0. So those are that is how to use a quadratic formula. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.